Hey, Joey Star here for Star Quality Kitchen. If you grew up eating mac and cheese almost every week like I did, and you still eat it now, either you're bored or your mac and cheese is. Do you still like mac and cheese, but only occasionally throw it together as a quick, convenient meal? Or maybe removed it from your rotation altogether? The problem is that you've been eating the same mac and cheese your entire life, so there's no surprises there. Been there, done that. Well, I have discovered a few different ways to make your quick mac and cheese meal more delicious and exciting. And the best part is, it's so damn easy to do. In this video, I will be reviewing 3 different offerings from Goodles mac and cheese. And after each one, I will share with you how to transform your favorite packaged mac and cheese meals into delightful dishes that will impress your friends and loved ones. Be sure to pay attention to all 3 hacks, as the last one is bomb! So Goodles is this new brand of noodles, which is supposed to be kind of a healthier version of noodles that supposedly taste like real noodles, and it's made from all different parts of like plants and stuff, and it's, you know, higher protein, lower on the glycemic index, and as they want to claim, unbelievably delicious. We shall be the judges of that, shall we not? One of the things I find kind of amusing about these is that each flavor has its own kind of interesting name. Like this one's called Twist My Parm, as it is Asiago and Parmesan with spirals. And that's the one we're going to try first. Alright, mac and cheese is all ready. In the last section, I opted to include a tablespoon of butter, as they promised they would make a richer mac and cheese, and why not? Why not go for the best version of what they're offering here? And I just want to show you here how nice this is. This beautiful glisten here with the sauce. Here's the actual noodles, these little spirals. They got a nice loose texture to them. Feels really good. It really does resemble legitimate pasta, and the aroma coming off of this very strong on the Parmesan and Asiago cheese. It smells delicious. It's making me salivate, and I'm so looking forward to this bite. So let me go ahead. Let's take a look at this here. Get a close up with this forkful I'm about to take. Let's go ahead and take that first bite. Yes. First thing you taste is the sauce. Really nice blend of that Asiago and Parmesan cheese. Not overly salty, nice and creamy, definitely a bit rich but not over the top. Really good blend of flavoring there. The actual pasta, let's take another forkful here. The chew is just about perfect. I cooked it for the 11 minutes, and despite that I took the longer time period on there, there's still a hint of an al dente to it. It's kind of like a really good pasta. Maybe not the same level as a homemade pasta, but better than a lot of packaged pasta that I've had. No offense to Barilla or anybody else, but I feel like you got some competition here as far as the quality of the pasta. I gotta take another bite. I can't even stop myself. All right, that's really good. Knowing that a mac and cheese with this kind of flavor, that kind of chew, and this level of enjoyment is lower on the glycemic index, a bit higher on the protein, and cleaner than the average pasta that I'm going to eat, is very, very comforting, both in flavor and in what I'm putting into my body. I mean, come on. Wow. At the very top, right above the Goodles logo, it says, Noodles Gooder. And while I am a little bit of a grammar Nazi and I don't like that whole gooder thing, I have to agree with him. This is gooder than I'm used to eating. But this is just one box, one flavor. Let's go on to the next 2, because now I'm especially curious. I'm especially anxious to try how some of their other flavors fare. On this food hack, I'm going to be working with the batch of Goodles that I just reviewed, which is the Twist My Parm. I still can't get over how good that is versus what I was expecting out of it. Now, we're going to make it even better. Classic enhancement that I've been doing since I was a teenager is to take a can of whatever tuna I have, whatever my favorite tuna is. In this case, I'm going with the Starkist Chunk Light in vegetable oil. I mean, you can use the one with the water if you don't want as much fat behind it, but I feel like vegetable oil just kind of adds to the richness and the taste of the tuna and the macaroni. Essentially making it look like so. All right, that's a beauty right there. Now, if you're using your tuna with water, I recommend dumping the water out of there and then just adding the tuna in. But as I did, if it comes in the vegetable oil, just dump the whole thing in there. Make it nice and smooth and wet, and just really adds to the flavor that already exists in the macaroni and cheese, and of course in the tuna itself. Now, depending on which macaroni and cheese you've used, if it's already a bit on the salty side, or if in my case it's not really on the salty side, add about, I'd say, a quarter teaspoon or half a teaspoon of adobo. I like to use adobo. Put that in there, just a little bit of savoriness to it, and that's what I did here. And I'm gonna go ahead, I can tell you right now, the added aroma of the tuna to the already great smelling Goodles Twist My Parm, I mean, it's making me crazy right now. Go ahead and take this bite. Listen, it's probably been about 2-3 years since I've had macaroni and cheese. I forgot how damn delicious it is to put tuna in macaroni and cheese. And if you really like the macaroni and cheese that you have, it just makes it that much better. It just shoots it right over the moon. Oh, I can't believe the flavor on this. I mean, first of all, the fact that I'm using a name brand tuna also lends to how good the flavor is. The tuna adds a nice protein to this dish so that you get a bit more satisfaction. You have a bit more of a balance between the other flavors there. And something about that tuna, something about the flavor of tuna, it's almost like a bit of a contrast, if you will, to the creaminess of the cheese sauce that's in here. I mean, it really does blend well. This is so good that I would recommend Goodles to offer this as a suggestion to their customers. Put it in a random box. And if you do Goodles, I want you to give me credit for that, because not for nothing, but I perfected this years ago. A little extra bonus, if you have peas available, maybe you have some leftover peas that you made, or maybe you have some you just kind of throw together. I would say add about a quarter cup or half cup of peas to your batch of macaroni and cheese with that can of tuna in there, and you have probably what some might consider maybe a poor man's casserole, but it's going to be so damn good, you're not going to care whether or not you seem poor. You're going to be satisfied, and you're going to be full. I'm going to finish my lunch, and I'll see you tonight for dinner. So damn good. Next, I'm trying Goodles Shella Good. Before I get into reviewing this one, I just wanted to point out how the fact that Goodles makes this stuff clean, it's actually certified clean food. I noticed that after consuming that package of the Twist My Parm, that I didn't feel bloated afterward or bogged down. That little that you feel after consuming instant macaroni and cheese, I didn't really feel that way. I felt fine. I felt satisfied here, but other than that, I didn't feel ill at all. And that's what clean eating is like. So, first comment I want to make about this Shella Good is that the sauce didn't really thicken as much as it did for the Twist My Parm. Not that that's a big deal, but if you take a look here, you can kind of see that it's the sauce is much looser. And the aroma, while it is good, it's not as strong as it was on the Twist My Parm, and not as nice as the Twist My Parm was. But then again, this is one kind of cheese, whereas the other one had a blend of two cheeses. So we got to take that into consideration. Let me go ahead and scoop some up, give you a little close-up. These little shells are kind of cute. Go ahead and So the shells cooked at the same amount of time, a little bit more al dente, which is not necessarily a bad thing, or even necessarily a good thing. So obviously there's more chew to it. The sauce, the aged white cheddar, it is good, but it's a very passive flavor. You don't taste it as strong. It's also not as tasty, I guess. It doesn't hit as much of your taste buds. And it sounds like, when I say that, it sounds like I don't like this, but I do like this. It is good. Once again, for a healthier alternative to your boxed mac and cheese, this is really good. Had I tried this first I would have been just as blown away as I was having the Twist My Parm. But so far, the Twist My Parm is definitely the better boxed mac and cheese from Goodles. Hi, for this food hack, I'm going to be enhancing the Shella Good variety of Goodles. And what I'm going to do basically is I'm going to add some ground beef that I just made a few minutes ago. The idea of mixing ground beef with your macaroni, which is not really this outlandish original idea. This is kind of like the poor man's hamburger helper, if you will. But you make the ground beef the way you prefer to. I like to make my ground beef in a pan with onions and some minced garlic. Just a little bit of minced garlic. I made a 1/4 pound of the ground beef. I added maybe a teaspoon or maybe just a little less than a teaspoon of the minced garlic and added about a tablespoon or a tablespoon and a half chopped onion. Fry that up nice to a nice medium well. And I'm going to go ahead and add that to my pot of this macaroni and cheese. Voila! Look at that. Look how pretty that is. That's your nice ground beef in there. Once again, this is really easy. You can whip up a batch of ground beef really easy. Just add it to your mac and cheese. The ideal time to add the ground beef, right at the very end of the process of making the mac and cheese, how you stir it until the sauce reaches the desired consistency. Once you reach that consistency, dump your ground beef in. If you're adding the ground beef as an afterthought after you've made it, like I did, if the mac and cheese isn't hot anymore, it's kind of cooled down a bit, then I would recommend just kind of putting it back on the stove on a medium low or low. Let it warm up a little bit so that the sauce is a little more loose. Then dump in your ground beef. Mix it all up. Yes, I said beast. Mix it all up and then serve it. Added to that passive aroma of the aged cheddar in this Shella Good, I now have the ground beef aroma with a bit of the garlic and definitely some of the onion there. And it smells so good. It's almost like a cheeseburger macaroni and cheese, if you will. And I'm going to go ahead and show you this lovely bite I'm about to take. And go for it. Yes. I love the way a good mac and cheese tastes with the ground beef in there. It's next level. Absolutely next level. My compliments to the cook who came up with the idea to mix these two together. Take another bite. It's so good. Like with the previous hack with the tuna, adding that protein, not only does it kind of balance out the creaminess and the chew of the mac and cheese, but it adds a flavor dimension and it adds a certain amount of satisfaction in the meal because it's going to fill you more. It's touching on other areas of your taste buds that the mac and cheese alone does not do. And let's face it, I mean, beef and cheese has been a staple in American culture for how long? A century or so? Yeah, I feel patriotic eating this. Not just to the United States, but to the whole freaking Mediterranean freaking basin. This delicious bowl of mac and cheese or ground beef and we're gonna go have a conversation in the other room. I'll see you tomorrow for lunch. Hey, I hope you slept well. I sure did. I was dreaming about having my next little bowl of macaroni and cheese for this video. Of course, I slept like a baby. So our final mac and cheese to try from Goodles is what's called the Chedda Mac, and it's a cheddar cheese with macaroni. So it's actually actual mac and cheese, more traditional looking, both in the type of pasta and in the color. Aroma coming off this is kind of what you expect from a box macaroni and cheese, and it smells freaking delightful. And let's see, consistency. Now the sauce, not as runny as the Shella Good that I had last night, about as thick or maybe even a touch thicker than the Twist My Parm. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a bite here. Good stuff. I'm gonna tell you right now, granted, I haven't had Kraft macaroni and cheese in a few years, but this tastes like what I remember Kraft macaroni and cheese tastes like. I mean, identical, except this is clean. It's lower on the gluten, lower on the glycemic index, And it has all these little bells and whistles, health bells and whistles, and it tastes good. I'm going to say this, the exception to how this tastes compared to what I remember from Kraft macaroni and cheese, this is less salty, far less salty. And that's a good thing, you know what? If it's not salty enough for you, you can add some stuff in. The chewiness is perfect. Perfect. A hint less al dente than the Shella Good, but not overdone. I mean, it's not a soggy noodle. It's good. Don't taste it. I can't stop scooping it up. I'm going to say of the three, this is my favorite. Easy. The other two are great too. So that's my review of 3 out of the many offerings from Goodles on mac and cheese. Highly recommend trying all 3 of these, but especially the Chedda Mac. If you really like or loved Kraft macaroni and cheese and you need something a little bit healthier, but still maintaining some of that familiar flavor from your childhood, this is a pretty damn good way to go about it. Final food hack for enhancing and transforming your boxed macaroni and cheese dinner. Really easy. This is like my favorite thing to add to macaroni and cheese if I want to just transform it and make it into a just great meal. Like before, I'm adding a protein. I decided to add mild Italian sausage. Now, chances are if you buy mild Italian sausage, already ground up for you, chances are it already comes with some fennel seed in there. If it does not, do yourself a favor, get a little bottle of like fennel seeds. I made a 1/4 pound of the sausage, so for a 1/4 pound, I wouldn't add more than like a teaspoon. It should be enough. What the fennel seed does is it adds just a touch of sweet to that savory and spicy that comes with the sausage. Makes it taste so good. Makes it taste very Italian. So I like to fry that up in a pan. Similar to my ground beef, I added some onion, added some minced garlic, and a little bit of adobo just to add a bit of savoriness. Mix that up into your mac and cheese, and it's ready. Por ejemplo. There you go. Look at that. I know it doesn't look much different than adding ground beef to, say, a Kraft macaroni and cheese, but the flavor, it's another story. My gosh, I am drooling right now. I'm still so hungry. Go ahead, take a nice, beautiful forkful here and just... Yes. That is so damn good. Adding a bit of protein, make it a bit more filling, balance out the flavor profile. You get a more well-rounded, fulfilling bite. And if you put the right amount here, like I did, then every forkful should have a good amount of your sausage in there with your mac and cheese. The sweetness from the sausage, such a great counterbalance to the savory and creaminess of the mac and cheese. The way I fry this up with the onions kind of disappear into the ether of meat here, but you can certainly taste it. And that adds a nice dimension too. Just adding a touch bite to complement the touch of bite that you get with the mild Italian sausage. So now, there's kind of 2 ways I approach this. Particularly if I'm trying a new box mac and cheese, like I am today with the Goodles. I like to make the mild sausage just as is, as I described to you, so I know what I'm dealing with. But once I'm comfortable with what I'm dealing with, I like to bring up the heat a little bit. And a great way to do that is adding a bit of hot chili oil. Unfortunately, I ran out of my Mike's hot oil because I would have loved to have tried that in here, and I will again one day when I buy another batch. But I did happen to have some Kame hot chili oil. This is good hot oil. If you got to get it off the shelf, this is not a bad way to go. Go ahead. I'm just going to put, there you go, just a little, probably about a teaspoon's worth. I'm just going to mix that up a little bit. Make sure it's kind of evenly distributed. I can already smell the heat on this sucker. Doesn't really do anything to change the colors. Give it a taste. Heck yeah. What's nice too with this particular chili oil is that it has a bit of toasted sesame oil in there too, which really brings out both the heat and a bit of an umami flavor to your mac and cheese. So you're on the border of going fusion with this mix when you add that. If you don't have hot chili oil at home, Tabasco will work, Frank's Red Hot, just about any hot sauce that you enjoy. Add whatever amount fits your tastes, and it already takes this already deliciously awesome food. It just brings it up a notch. So good. I almost can't speak. This is so delicious. Those are 3 of many hacks that you can try to transform your macaroni and cheese. And there's so much more that you can do. Different things you can mix in. Different types of vegetables that you can like saute and toss in there. Different types of spices and combinations and meats. I mean, the possibilities are endless, and you're only limited by your taste buds and imagination. How about you? Have you tried Goodles before? Is there another brand of packaged macaroni and cheese? Doesn't necessarily have to be as healthy as Goodles, but something different than Kraft macaroni and cheese that you might think is awesome, and perhaps I should try it out. Also, are you already transforming your mac and cheese into something more? If so, what's your favorite thing to add to it to bring it up? Let me know in the comments below, or shoot me an email if it's like a whole recipe or something, and let me know what other kinds of packaged dinners or foods that you would like me to try out and to review. I want to know, because this is also your channel. Thanks so much for watching Star Quality Kitchen. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, and stalk. Laters. My gosh. This might be the best thing I've eaten all week. And let me tell you, I've had a really good food week, so that's saying something. Yummy.